What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Horror Honda, where I sit in my beat-up Honda and I ramble about horror movies with my shitty little microphone and my iPhone camera. And that dude is fucking jacked. Good for that guy. Good for him. Sorry, I apologize. We are talking today about a late 80s hit that I've heard well, I shouldn't say hit. Straight-to-video hit. I think you can thank a lot of success for straight-to-video movies because of this. But this is a first-time watch for me. So I have no nostalgia going into it, and that is Puppet Master. And I've heard the name, knew nothing about it. I've seen the cover, and I wanted to give it a shot. I was just scrolling through Peacock, Tubi, Crackle, some of the 9 million streaming services that I could rant about for a whole fucking episode. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to put it on. Now, when I looked it up, little did I know they have 15 sequels, and it almost hit a challenge of like people that do ultra marathons. I was like, can I fucking get through 15 of these? Because I'm sure they're not going to be the best quality if they're knocking out that many. But I will say, I had fun with this movie. Now, if you're not into either just watching 80s cheese at times, you get in the mood where you want to watch that like I do, or you didn't grow up with nostalgia, the chances of you liking this movie are very, very slim. It's going to have elements that you're not going to enjoy. I can understand if you saw this when you were 8, you probably fucking love it. I can understand if you're a dork that likes to watch cheesy 80s movies, like me, you'll have fun with it. If you're just someone who wants to throw it on and thinks, oh, this is a classic, I need to check off my list of horror movies that I've seen before, right along Friday the 13th and Nightmare and all, it's not that. I wouldn't put it on. But it has a lot going for it. I thought the opening 5 minutes and the last 5-10 minutes were phenomenal. I was so intrigued from the start, where you got this guy making these puppets, and there's one jester that spins his head around, and I'm sure to most people it looks cheesy. To me, it's like unnerving in a weird way. And you see another puppet, Blade, who I think is the coolest looking puppet. That is a positive for this, is the puppets in this. I feel that there's something unique about each one of them that I like. They have their elements. You got Blade, and I like his eyes. You got, Pinhead. They can't even speak, but they have like their own little quirks and personalities where you can differentiate them. Where it's sad you see some movies where each character is the same and they have words. They're kind of similar. This one, they're silent, and you get a little bit of a different vibe from each one of them. You got Leech Girl. I think that's all of them. I'm probably missing some. Oh, and the Tunneler, I think. Anyway, you got this guy making this jester puppet, and its head spinning, and you see a POV, which is pretty cool, of this Blade puppet running, and he goes and warns him, yo, they're here, the Nazis are coming, and all of a sudden he tucks his little puppets away, and then kabam, blows his brains out. Start of movie. Like, holy shit. So that was a good start. And from there, you get these psychics that all get told to meet up at someone's house. This guy, I cannot remember his name. I just watched this, and so that's on me. And he has passed away, and they're going to meet at his house, and they do all this psychic stuff. And this is kind of where the movie loses some steam, because you go on for like 40 minutes without a kill, without anything. It's kind of just showing these psychics what their powers are, what they're doing. And they're kind of foreshadowing deaths, but nothing's really happening, and this is where it slows down. But once the gore gets going, I think it's pretty effective for what it's trying to do. Now, I'll talk about this in the negatives in a minute, as far as the kills. But with the gore, you get, when the killing is done, you get very true, practical looks at the gore, and it's I thought it was very solid. You get a guy who's having some wild sex tied up to the bed. That's his wife. I mean, it's 80s cheese, so at some point, yeah, he should have panicked a lot more than he did. The characters are making stupid decisions, but his wife, who's also psychic, they're on this bed trying to bang so they can like relive through emotional memories and sex memories and stuff. So they're like doing that to cause a seance. I don't know. I think they just like to have wild sex, and she gets got, And he's laying there, and this one, I think they call her Leech Girl, Leech Woman, something like that. Dude, he's tied up to the bed, and she starts licking him and kissing on him, and it's like so weird. There's just a puppet, and she just starts fucking launching leeches out of her, just slowly just squeezing leeches out of her mouth on this guy. And at first he's like, fuck yeah, suck my nipples and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, dude, he gets a leech to the mouth. And the look of it is just so gross and unnerving and eerie. And you have kills at the end where you get hands getting cut off, and you get drills going through the side of the neck, and you get neck breaking and all this stuff that in the moment of the kill does not look good, but the gore does. And in that last 10 minutes, all that you didn't get for the last 40 minutes, 50 minutes, you get right there. And so the opening 5 and the last 10 were pretty strong to the point where it makes me want to see the other ones now. I want to see what I'm in store for. Do they ramp up the kills? Do they ramp up the gore? Where does it go from here? So the mixed and the negative is all just the middle of the movie. There's not a lot going on besides couples banging, getting to know the characters a little bit, and there's this one creepy element of the guy that died. He just keeps showing up in different rooms. It's like he's dead. They even stab him with a fucking needle that's like that long through his chest, and he'll just show up in rooms and just sit around. And that was really cool for the ambience and the atmosphere of it. So it had a lot going for it that really intrigued me, and I'm kind of rushing this one because I got to go to work here soon. The negatives, the middle, the soundtrack. I know a lot of people, from what I read online, like the soundtrack of it. That's unique. I did not like it at all. I thought it was it's just a little dreary to get through. It's just repetitive. It wasn't like dark. It was just the same kind of thing over and over. It was just upbeat. I didn't care for it much. And also, the kills. The gore was cool. I liked that. And again, not going into this movie knowing what to expect. I didn't know if this was a possession movie, a slasher movie, Dolls Are the Good Guys movie. I have no fucking clue. So, once they start kind of laying out the groundwork, I'm like, oh, there's going to be some brutal kills. And the aftermath of these kills are brutal, but the kill itself needed some work, and that was kind of a letdown. But all in all, I mean, you have to go in knowing what you're getting. I'm getting a late 80s movie that not many people talk about that has 15 sequels. The chances of this being superb and high quality, not the best. So take everything with a grain of salt. It's obviously not going to be fucking Citizen Kane. But if you like 80s cheese and you've never seen this, or if you love nostalgia, I get how you enjoy this movie. So put it down in the comments below what you think. I'm going to try and trudge through this entire series at some point when I'm in this mood, just putting on these 15 or 16 movies, however many it was that they have. But 80s gore, 80s cheese, 80s vibe, throw it on if that's what you like, guys. Let me know down below what I have in store for the other films in this franchise, because I can't imagine them being very good. But maybe we'll find out. So who knows? Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all this stuff. All the other YouTubers tell you to do, go ahead and do it. You guys are the best. Peace.